Hello, this is Bishop Garland Hunt, and this is the Power of Hope devotional. Welcome back. Hey, today I just want to tell you, without any hesitation, I want to talk to you about something that happened this weekend to me. And yes, it was something that a white man did to me, a black man. So I want to ask you this question of, again, was it racist? Number two, did I pass the test? Did I pass the test? And this, I'm just being really honest with you today. I have all kind of issues. I guess this is my reconciliation shirt, so they have a black and white shirt here together. So I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan this weekend, and I was on, I don't mind saying, I was American Airlines. I normally go Delta. And so I was getting ready in the line for a kiosk in order to get my baggage claim. They put a little thing now on your bags there, as well as you can get your check-in information there. So I was doing those things, and so after waiting for a little while, I noticed that one was not working, but the three that were working, we waited in line for. So finally I got to one that was working. So of course when I get to it, it stops working. I'm trying to hit it and get my information up. It looked like it was coming. And when it get right there, then of course it starts buffering. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? So anyway, I was getting frustrated here. And so eventually, as I'm admittedly frustrated, and people are waiting in line, I'm still trying to tap it. And the more I tap, the more it kind of circles and buffers and won't go anywhere. So I see a man go by, maybe a middle-aged white man. I don't know, maybe in his 50s, I don't know, mid-50s. But he's walking by, he had on a vest for American Airlines. Clearly, he was an employee of American Airlines. So therefore, I said to him, I said, sir, can you come over and help me? I'm having problems with this kiosk, this machine. So in that area, there were other people at kiosks. There were maybe about 5 or 6 people waiting in the line. And then there were several of the people close enough that they could hear. So I think it's reasonable to think it might have been about 15, 20 people right in that little close area. So he yells out from behind the line as he's walking by. He said, it's pretty simple. Can't you read? He said, it's obvious. Can't you read? Now, I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you. Then he starts to walk toward me. And he walks toward me, comes over to it in agitation, and starts working on the machine, which of course he couldn't get it to work either. So now my blood is boiling. So I said to him, I'm being totally honest with you. I said to him at the same level he said to me, I said, oh, so you can't get it to work either. So obviously you can't read either. So that's the issue. I still at the same voice. I said, and it's obvious that it's very inappropriate for you to say such a thing to me, asking me, well, can't you read? That was totally inappropriate. But you having difficulty with the machine yourself. And he's still tampering with it, So then another American Airlines employee walks by. And so she sees something's going on. She goes to another machine and she says, sir, you come over here. This one this one is better, is working. So I switch over to the other one. This guy, he says, he realized now that somebody else on American Airlines saw him. Now he says, well, I'm sorry, sir, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So he's trying to help me out. I'm just, so eventually I said, that's fine. And so, as far as I was concerned, that was it. I go to security, and a little white woman. She was looked a little bit younger. She might have been in her 40s. She was very short, but she was a grown woman. And so she came over. She said, "Sir." So I'm thinking to myself. Still, the thing was on my brain. I had not left it, to be honest with you. And so she said, "Sir, I just want to say to you that was so inappropriate what he said to you." He said, "I was just embarrassed to hear it." And I said, "You handled it much better than I would have." So the question I want to ask you now, if that was you, what would you have done? Let me ask you this question. Was it racist for this white man to say that to a black man and question his ability to read? The most important question is, did I handle it right? Did I handle it right? So I have to assess this because I'm a bishop. I'm a bishop that talks about racial reconciliation and healing. I preach about this all the time, and I was challenged. Now I will tell you clearly, my blood was boiling to be challenged like that publicly before 15 or 20 people, and a question about my ability to read. And then he comes over, can't do it himself. So yes, I did at the same level he said it. I said it so they could hear that he could not do it himself. So maybe he has a problem reading. So, what do you think? Put it in the comment line. Tell me what you would have done. Tell me what you would have done. Tell me how bad did I miss it. I'm going to judge myself, though, while I have a few minutes. This is going to be a little bit longer. I'm already over 5 minutes. But look at this. Please bear with me. I found, well, one thing you got to ask, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus have responded at the level he responded? Would Jesus have loud talked him just like he loud talked me? The answer is no. He would not have. So in other words, I obviously that Jesus would not have responded that way. Secondly, I saw this scripture today, and it rebuked me. It rebuked me. This is Proverbs 29:11. I'm reading out a New Living Translation. It says, "Fools vent their anger, but the wise quietly hold it back." Hey, I guess I responded foolishly. I want to say to you, I'm sorry before the Lord. I repented before God and said, Lord, help me. But let me just say this to you. I'll say to you as a bishop, I was challenged. I don't think I passed the test. I want you to say what you would say. What would you have done in a situation like that? Would you pass the test? Some people say you should have just gotten his name, reported him in, but at that moment, I'm trying to get through security. I didn't have time to go through all that. And I was already frustrated as it was with this machine not working. So for him to say that, I did respond out of my emotions. And of course, in my mind, all I could see was a racist response from a white man questioning a black man's ability to read. So I want to say to you, I'm giving you this about a 7-minute time. I just want to say, what would Jesus do? He would not have responded that way. And I want to tell you, that's just a perfect example of why even ministers and bishops and pastors and Christians all have to keep their hearts right. Because if there's anywhere that the heart is not right, it may be recognized and challenged at your very core. This is Bishop Garland Hunt. It's the Power of Hope Devotional. I'll talk to you next time.